Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. We got the 2011 Polaris RZR here, and the first time we took it out, we bottomed out quite a bit. I'm sure it has nothing to do with my belly, but regardless, although the ride was great, we made it over everything we needed to, and a few things we wish we hadn't have gone up. Surprisingly, this thing did really awesome, but it did bottom out a bit, and I have noticed that it's on like the second setting on the suspension. This is my first time, but I watched several things on it, and I have actually a motorcycle that actually has shocks similar to this that are adjustable, so kind of know what I'm doing. So here we are. This piece right here is what we're looking at, and as you can see, there's kind of, it could go a little bit lower, which is this one right here, and you can go all the way up to, what is it? I believe it's this one right here, and that'll actually lift it. I don't know, I've heard an inch or two, something like that. I don't know how long these have been sitting like this. The last guy said he liked it here, but they didn't do a lot of rock stuff. They did a lot of kind of deserty dunes and things like that. And I noticed we were hitting quite a few boulders when we were at the place we were going to the first time. I want to lift it up a little bit, but I will say the ride was amazing on this, and I don't want to make the ride too rough. The higher you go, the harsher the ride is going to be. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to put a lift on this thing, or didn't really want to mess with suspension and stuff when I did my introduction video, but I think I have actually gone back on that. I probably am going to put a small lift on it. They're not that expensive, and they seem to help with a lot of things as far as these are concerned. But regardless, right now I'm just going to lift this up, and we're going to see how things go. I'm going to spray it with some T9 Bow Shield here, just to kind of lubricate things. This came with the rig as well. It's just got like a little nipple here on the end, and then it goes around, and there's little grooves in this upper part right underneath the spring, which I want to go this direction, so you get a hold of one of those grooves, grab onto that. I should wear gloves, but we'll see. Well, I got some gloves on, and hopefully this will go better. It moved a little bit, but it didn't. It just kind of went right back. So these wrenches are definitely not the coolest bunch, and I think this one is a little bit bent on me here. Yep. See if pulling them toward me maybe will make life a little bit easier. We shall see. There we go. That made it a little bit easier. So I got one. Two. I'm going to call that. That'll give me a little bit of a lift, stiffen up the suspension a little bit, and I'm going to do that all the way around. You want to do it on all four corners. You don't want to do the fronts and the back differently or anything like that, because that can mess with your handling and mess it up. Fairly simple. Took a little bit of time and effort trying to figure it out. Like I said, I think this, you can see that this is bent down a little bit here. That's the way to do it though. Reach back around there, pull towards you, it's a little bit easier. All right, 2 clicks for me. Maybe at the end of this video after we're done riding it, we'll tell you how it was. Well, we've gotten back from our adventure here. I am very glad I pumped that up by a couple. In fact, I think I'm just going to go all the way to the top and get that little bit more extra height. It'll stiffen up the suspension a little bit more, but really it just wasn't bad. This has a really good ride even where it was, and I actually noticed I like the ride a little bit better because we weren't banging and bouncing off of as much stuff as we went over it. It definitely helped the ride a bit. So I think I'm going to go ahead and top those out to where they're right at the top, which should also in theory lift it up another little bit and make that even less so. I'm glad I did it. You guys obviously need to mess with it to your liking. It definitely helped quite a bit, putting a little bit more lift in this thing. Hopefully you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.